Good morning. I left Low Gap Shelter about 15 minutes ago. Didn't sleep too good. There's like 9 other people there, so that was nice to camp around people. There was some condensation that seeped through my tent. I wasn't on the most level of spots, and when my sleeping bag pushes up against the first wall, it hits the second wall, and then you get condensation. So I'm gonna have to dry my sleeping bag out a little bit at some point today. The game plan is to make it to the cheese site, and then if I feel good from there, go ahead and over to Trey Mountain Shelter for a total of, I think it's like 15 miles. So checking up trail. Well, as I descend down into Chattahoochee Gap, I'll share a little humor with you. Privy humor, if you will. Using the privy this morning, I closed the door behind me and they're written right at eye level. All right, here we go. Here I sit on this old pooper, about to drop a Georgia State Trooper. Climbing up to Blue Mountain. Got a little under 2 miles to go. Got water in a little over half a mile. So do a water refill and then get up to the top of Blue Mountain. Well, this is the Blue Mountain Shelter. Not a bad little view up here. I've just met Mama Bear, and Roadrunner. Did a little bit of hiking with Roadrunner. In case you were wondering, when you get condensation in your tent at night, you have to air it out at some point during the day. So this was a perfect spot to do that. The flamingo is airing out right now, and I'm just enjoying a couple snacks. Oh yeah, cranberries, baby. I'm about to head down into Unicy Gap. Here's about 15 minutes or so. And maybe there'll be some trail magic down there. And then I'll be on my way to the cheese site, and then hopefully I'm feeling good, and then go over to Trey Mountain. And I plan on staying at my first hostel tomorrow night, Stanimals. So that's the game plan. We'll see you up the trail. Well, coming down into Unicy Gap, I got a little under half a mile. I can hear some cars, so that's cool. Really hoping for some trail magic down here, because so far on trail, I've gotten a mandarin orange, and a gentleman and his wife were up at Leveland Mountain. I think it was Leveland Mountain when I was coming up from Neil Gap, and he had a deviled egg, and I turned it down because I had eaten a full pizza and like a bunch of other stuff. And yeah, I thought about that deviled egg later that day. But yeah, would very much appreciate and be grateful for some trail magic. So also Blue Mountain, no view at the top, but you would think there'd be a view with this descent coming down from it. So anyway, kind of reminds me of Blood Mountain descent, but maybe just a little less technical. Thank God for switchbacks. Well, no trail magic at Unicy Gap. I'm walking up a pretty steep ascent to Rocky Mountain. And there's a water refill in less than half a mile. So stop and get a water refill, and then see if there's a view on top of Rocky Mountain where I'll eat some food and then let my feet dry out a little bit. So we'll see you at the top. Just got up and over Rocky Mountain. The climb out of Unicy Gap was, I believe, a little over 1,000 feet. And that was, I'd say, probably the most strenuous climb up so far that I've experienced on trail. Man, that's pretty. I saw some smoke in the distance, so hopefully I don't run into that later on. I saw a couple members of the Georgia Appalachian Trail Club that said that I wouldn't. So I hope I don't. I don't know if you can see it through the trees there, but there's a little smoke rising up there. I can smell it. Wind's coming this way, but anyway, I'm gonna grab a bite to eat and then head down to Indian Grave Gap. I'm just coming out of Indian Grave Gap and got some great trail magic from Stops, who actually follows groups of hikers up the trail and offers trail magic to them. So he fixed us some chicken and dumplings, and we had some chips, had a Pepsi, and really hit the spot. So Stops, if you're watching this, you're the man. Thank you much. Appreciate you and hope to see you up trail. Game plan now, got a nice little climb here. There's one campsite, the cheese factory site with a water source near it. I think I'm gonna push back past that to go to Trey Mountain Shelter, which is about 3 miles up. So we'll report back. Well, I think we're gonna get a pretty magnificent view here. Oh man, sun's glare is getting in here, but this video does not do that justice. Whew. I'm on Trey Mountain. I don't think this is the summit. Trail's gonna go this way, sorry. Trail's gonna go this way over these rocks, but I'm not sure if this is the summit or not. Well, that was the summit, because I'm going down about 0.7 from the shelter. So I'll wrap up momentarily and then do a little recap video of the day. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up now. I'm going down a little decline to the shelter. A lot of elevation gain and loss today. Seemed like once you got into a gap, you were climbing 1,000 feet up the next mountain out of it. Was very grateful and appreciative of Sir Stops a lot for his food, and then also appreciative of the company that I had today. Mr. Frog, did a little hiking with him from Wisconsin, and then Frankenstein from Richmond, Virginia, another Virginia guy, and then what's his name? Bighorn. Took me a minute. Bighorn from Maine. And then Bloomers from Pennsylvania is going to be up here at the Trey Mountain Shelter. Also met Magpie. Magpie's from Virginia. She was doing slack pack. Also met Gray Man. Gray Man didn't catch where he's from, but he was doing some slack packing. He was doing a 17-mile slack pack in the opposite direction towards Hogpen Gap today. So, yeah, it was nice to catch up with some people. Oh, met Mama Bear and Bear, and also did a little hiking with Roadrunner. So it's nice to be around people and talk to them and just hear their stories and feel part of something so much greater than what we're doing out here, you know, just part of the journey. All right, I'll film something at camp if I can, but there may be some people, so we'll check in with you.